Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Brock Lesnar, Return of the Beast, or as my good buddy Bob likes to say, Feast of the Beast. He is a modern era technician. He has that link. Gems do 5% more damage. He has the one gear, the Return of the Beast gear. He's a coach all the way at 18k. You're going to take 30% less damage from red moves. I have 4 build sets for you guys today. A 5-star tricolor, shout out to Davey D. A 4-star, a 3-star, and a 5-star. I'm going to be running this setup for a strat for the whole thing. Double Fury for everything. Aftershock Plate, whenever you break 3 or more green gems, get 3 red move points at the end of your turn. It's good for a lot of the builds we're going to be running. Just not one of them, the second build. And of note, I do have a green move damage medal that's there for his finisher build. A black move damage Fury would be better in one of the builds, but I don't have one, a decent one, so we'll just be leaving this one on. And you can see we're right around 67% for most of the gem colors, 133% on the green move damage, nothing else is buffed. So this first move set, we're going to be running the Alabama Slam, 5 MP. This is the 5-star move. Deal 51k damage plus 16k bonus damage for every immobile gem. The Suplex City, 5 MP red, deal 75k damage and choose 5 gems to make into green gems. And the 3 MP black German Suplex, deal 81k damage and choose 11 gems to make into immobile gems. Brock's got pretty good move damage across the board. For this one, gonna do it a little bit different than normal. For these first 2 build sets that you see, you really wouldn't be running them unless you had a coach like Eddie, preferably Eddie and Powerhouse Hogan, to get the most out of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave Eddie on for the first 2. The last 2 will be more builds you're used to seeing from me without rare trainers. So we have Breeze on here because I have max tour perks. Breeze will start everything on turn 1 for me. This build I really couldn't see running unless you were trying to do tours. For some reason wanted to run this one instead of the other builds you're going to see. I don't really know why. Maybe in feud if you had a huge line bonus to say immobile gems along with 1 or 2 starting MP, then I could see running this. So we're going to do that. Rocky for more mobile gem damage. That helps both this one and then when you break them, so it's kind of a twofer. And we got Lacey, purple and green gem damage. She's just there for the choose green gem. A lot of different ways you could go. Also helps for kick out. Then like I said, Eddie's there. So we're gonna go on the road against Ivar here, 5-star gold, and see how this works. Also, full disclosure, I am extremely tired today. It's very late getting this preview out. It's actually almost midnight. I've been up like 20 hours, so I may misplay. Hopefully, though, you get the concepts down. That is my goal, is that you get the right idea of how these builds are going to play. And this is not my favorite of the builds, but it is potentially one you could use at some point, so we're going to run it. Yes, I see the 5 match. No, I'm not going to take it. So obviously you put the immobile gems down, and then you hit this one. Hit pretty hard, 420k, that's not bad. In a perfect world, we would choose some green gems to hit it again, and also choose our way into some black gems as well, so that we can recycle this move and hit that. So I think I'm gonna try and be a little bit greedy here and see what happens. Let's see how this works. I'll just go ahead and stick you right there for funsies. Worked a little too well. Not really a big deal, because we'll just get him on there next turn. It really depends on the board. With a good board, you can load that up a bunch the first turn. Hopefully we'll make up for this turn. We have a little more pin bar to work with. We're actually going to leave this spot here alone, because we can make an easy cascade right there. And we'll stick on this side of the board here. Except I don't have the choose move full, so just kidding. We won't be doing that. Haha. Do have a black match, which will be great. We should have no issue finishing him next turn. Oh, you're going to hear a lot of that board shuffle. Apologies. Just going to throw that out there. Definitely sorry about that. Okay, so we want to try, since the board is mostly full, to get a 5 match and then do a swipe of green as well, so we can hit the immobile gem move twice. So I'm going to set up a 5 match right here. Or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll set up a green match right here. So that we can hit this and do a bunch of damage, over 1 million. And then we're going to do this. And we're going to hit this again. Boom. Perfect. And then we're going to hit this choose move and hopefully end the match. So green gems. Let's do it on the mobile spot here so we get some bonus damage. That should end the match. Wasn't the best board, wasn't the best gameplay. Didn't work out. Oh, board shuffle quite perfectly, but you get the concept with it. Honestly, you're probably looking at turn 2 wins. Maybe if you had Hogan maxed and everything went perfectly, you could get some turn 1s, but I feel like you're mostly looking turn 2 wins with that build, or turn 3 when things go right. And when they don't, a little bit longer. So let's take a look at the next build set. This one's available at 4-star. This one, if I had the black Fury move percentage medal, would look probably significantly better than it's going to, so keep that in mind while we're running it. We are going to leave the 3 MP move in, and we're going to bring in the belly to back suplex. And we are going to bring in the back body drop. So the back body drop, 7 MP red move, deals 75,000 damage, and make 10 random gems into black gems. Belly to belly suplex, 7 MP black, deal 81k damage and make 20 immobile gems into red gems. German suplex is that one we've seen before. You can see the black move damage is fairly hefty at 81k, so a nice tier 4 Fury medal would go quite nicely on this. Let's change out our trainers. Bray to get started. Again, because it's the mobile gem and you need a lot of them and you're breaking a lot of the immobile gems, we're going to be going with Eddie. Ideally, Eddie and Mr. T might get you to run this, but it is 7 MP to use the other move, so you'd want to keep that in mind. And we're going to get more coverage so we can change more to red, we're going to take off Rocky and go with Orndorff. So we're making 18 gems into immobile gems and turning all of them red. Because we're turning all of them red, we're going to swap Lacey out for Typhoon for some of that red gem damage. And I could obviously be using Hogan, but one rare one's enough. And my Hogan isn't leveled yet, as I haven't found the reason, even though he's a super good coach. So yeah, let's take this one out and see how this looks. I do feel like this one will probably run potentially more straightforward than the last one, maybe better. Definitely would be better, I think, with the Fury Metal. Back to this moveset, I could use my favorite play, Cheap Shot, I think would be decent, and potentially Viper Strike if you somehow manage to miss out on your stuff. That could be helpful. And one thing when you're doing this, you can look for a recycle, so you don't even have to use the other red move. and we have it right now, right here. So as long as we put the red immobile gems there, we're going to get our recycle no problem. You can look to do that with this moveset if you want. Otherwise, you can just fill in big matches. You could set up row breaks, cascades, whatever you want to do. And we're selecting so many I can't even see them all. So that should work. Now we're going to make all of those red. They're also immobile, so they're going to do extra damage, the ones that are immobile. And we recycled everything. And we hit, okay, 535k, obviously with like Hogan on there and move damage percentage on top of it. I think you could maybe, in a perfect scenario, get like 750k, maybe 800, which is not bad, right? It's not the be all end all amazing, but it's not bad. So again, not my favorite moveset, but it's not bad. And, you know, let's do some stuff and things. We could do that. We can do that. Why not? Let's connect the dots. You see what I mean? You almost don't end up needing this other move, the back body drop. Because your big damage is coming from this move. See, we recycled again, no problem. Little bit of cascading. Another 634k. This is kind of where the cheap shot would come into play. You'd probably be more likely to keep them down if that went off. I guess thinking about it, other than the Viper Strike, you could also potentially use 2 words for you, or Blue Bomber, and throw those out there on this as well. No problem kicking out. Decent amount of red on the board, so maybe we can keep him down this turn. But you can see why, especially once you see the next moveset, why this one also is not my favorite, right? Again, it would hit harder at the right setup with the Fury Metal, but I don't think it's enough to take this into a steady turn 2 winning kind of build. So you're probably looking at turn 3 and 4 wins with this one. There is a big hit, 875k. And we still couldn't keep him down, right? So we're going pretty deep into this match. Ivar's gonna do his Ivar thing. And now we can take our turn. And hopefully we can put them away. So in this case, when there's not like too much danger probably of cascading, you could also hit this for some extra damage. I want to show you the move so you can at least see it, since I don't think I'm likely to pin. And yeah, we didn't. So get a little extra damage out there. You guys get to see the move. We already have our recycle set up. Hopefully we won't need it. And we set up some cascading as well. Connecting all the dots. We need more dots. Many whelps. Handle it. A lot of you might get that reference. Plenty of you won't. Don't judge me, I'm a nerd. Alright, 678k. We're gonna keep him down this time, maybe? Yes? No. And the match continues. That's the problem. It's just not quite enough oomph to it, right? Like, just not quite there. Not in the 5-star game. So it is a moveset, and it does do things. We're going to get to the fun stuff, though. Don't worry. Because Brock is good. He is definitely a beast. And the fun stuff's coming up. Hopefully right after this. For your sake and mine. Stick with me, guys. I don't advocate fast forwarding my video. But if you have to, you know, I won't judge you that much. Oh, I think I missed one of the dots when I was trying to connect him. Yeah, that's okay. That worked out fine. Was this the turn? Nope. Definitely not. Hey, and we failed to recycle for once. Okay. So you're going to get really familiar with these moves. I'm glad you got to see them so much. It's working out precisely as I planned. Also, though, why I don't do cuts and run consecutive builds is why I do run the builds consecutive. So you guys can see what they're going to look like, real world situations, not cherry picking, not picking good boards, right? So this moveset, while it can, I think, could be okay, just isn't really gonna do it for me. Certainly, I don't know what turn we're on here, but it's a lot. Ivar's just no-selling everything. Wish I just could RKO him right now. And he wouldn't be able to kick out. That would be great. Any RKO. That's okay, the beast is coming to feast. Next match. It's really, really fun. I mean, we did hit like 800k one of them. So there is that. If he cascades his way out of this one. Alright. I feel like Ivar is making a case for the new Cascade King. Alright, now we get to the fun stuff. Brock has a super sub. And when I say super sub, I mean super sub. I'm pretty sure it's the strongest sub in the game by a fair amount. And I don't think it's close, but I could be wrong. I think Acro Doink had the previous strongest sub. And I think Brock beats him by a fair margin. He also has the F5 finisher, which, let's face it, that's pretty impressive. So we're bringing in two new moves, the green moves, and then the choose move. And I know I said we were going to run 4 moves earlier, but I forgot there was a move set I wanted to do, so we're going to do 5. You're going to see a bonus move set at the end that I wasn't planning, so I'm going to have 5 move sets, just because it needs to be done for science. So we're going to run the F5, 10 MP green finisher, deal 161k damage, and choose 16 immobile gems to destroy. Pin the opponent, 8 MP submission, generate 44 random submission gems, and do 126,000 for 6 turns. Keep in mind when we have, if you buy defensive feud perks and max it out, it doubles that, so it would be 250,000 damage and adds 3 turns. 250,000 damage for 9 turns before we put trainers on. Let that sink in. That's like, I think that's like 2 million. Yeah, that's like 2 million damage. And then we're still using Suplex City, because that's where everybody's going. They're going to Suplex City, then they're going to Kamurlock City, and then if they're still alive, they're getting F5'd. That's what we're doing. That's what Brock is made to do. Take people to Suplex City. We're gonna get these trainers swapped out. You can also tell I'm a little more excited now. I had to suffer through those first 2 builds to get to the fun stuff. And we are gonna buff the snot out of the sub. Just to be fun, I'm gonna go with Kurt Angle since it's a green sub. He does the same thing as Austin 316 just for green subs. You could also run Bray for 3 more turns, but I don't want more turns. I want more damage faster. Less turns, more damage. I mean, the 3 turns is probably more damage, but it's 3 more turns of sub to sit through. So let's go with speed. Speed is what we need. Bruno is going to be great. 50% more damage, 1 more turn. And then I'm going to use free-to-play champion here, Mr. J Uso. Buffs the finisher 10% and the sub 10%. Can't forget about Uso. So that's what we're going to run. That's what it's going to look like. We're going to do 264,000 damage for 7 turns, nearly 2 million damage. If you added what we previously had, we would be at 10 turns with a feud perk is what I mean. And right around, I want to say right around 300,000 for 10 turns. So you're looking at least 3 million damage with a setup like this. Of course, if you had Shelton maxed, you could throw Shelton in there for even more. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get out there and run this. Let's just heal him just for fun. 130 health packs. Nice knowing you. Okay. Ivar, it's been fun playing against you. Time to go to sleep. So again, Aftershock, again, Double Fury. This is the one moveset where you actually, if you have the armor metal, double armor would be great when you hit the finisher, to be honest, as well. Fury's just there to kick out in case you need to, but you could do double armor as well. So this is why you want to 5-match and swipe into it, which, let's find a decent spot, hopefully. I'll probably cascade. Every time I want to do this, I cascade. So we're going to set that there. And we're going to swipe into it for the simple fact that you're going to see... Here, I'll just... right here. Yep, we're good. Okay. So we get an extra MP for our turn. So now after the sub, next turn the choose is going to be full if we need it. With the finisher, it's not as big a deal. But I'm showing you because the next moveset where we don't have the finisher, it will be a big deal. This time it's not. But just in case I screw it up next time, you'll see that you can load it with that swipe for your next turn after the sub. In the meantime, he's breaking a bunch of the gems, and we're subbing him to death. We have hardly any immobile gems left. That was quite rude. But we still can do some things. We're going to break these two and get a cascade there. Along with this one. We're going to bring those down, and then we're going to take these annoying loot box gems that are in our way, and we're actually going to call that good because we're going to get more damage out of the cascade because he broke almost all of our immobile gems, and this should end up being, yeah, better damage than if we had broke those few remaining. So 635k finisher. You could also run cheap shot on this too. I don't have that listed either. And there, we kept him down. So that's kind of why it's nice. You pair that with the sub, you know, and then you got the finisher to pop him down. So that's certainly an option, right? This next one is kind of a full drain build. So you're committing to full drain. That means a lot of points in feud. And that's also why I like Angle or Austin in this spot. So you can get the damage a little bit faster. Even if it might math out to slightly less damage, it should end up being faster because less sub-turn animations. So we're only going to change one move for this 5-star build. And that's going to change the finisher for the Alabama Slamma. You probably saw this coming. Everything else is going to stay the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the choose move, and then we're going to swipe into it so it reloads the choose move again. And then we're going to hit the sub, or the Alabama Slamma, then the sub, and then next turn we'll hit the Alabama Slamma, do the choose, hit the Alabama Slamma again, sub, end it if we need to. I think you have the idea. This is my favorite moveset for him. Well, I mean, I do like having finishers too, but I think this is my favorite moveset for him. Potentially for this one, instead of the Fury percentage, you could run a flat. The flat will do damage on the sub when you hit the sub. So you could run like a 40k flat for that and for the Alabama Slamma. But you can see we do get a nice boost on the Alabama Slamma, so it's not a big deal. And it gives you the flexibility of running the other moveset. And as long as I don't mess it up, this is why... Yeah. And we'll just... Oh, sure. We'll do that. So we're going to swipe. We want our gem to drop here, because not over here. So we're going to swipe. And we're going to cascade everywhere. Anyway, we would have normally hit the sub, and then this turn we would be hitting this move right here twice. So we'd hit it, choose, hit it, and then sub again. It's okay. Same difference. We're just going to be a turn off. So basically the whole board to start with. Hopefully he won't annihilate all of it this time. Tons and tons of damage. Way more also in feud, like I said. Just be ridiculous. Best sub in the game. And now we get to hit this. And we have plenty of pin bar to work with. Beautiful. So let's see how much damage we do here. Probably around 600k or so. Or 350. I wasn't even close. That's because I don't have Rocky on. So 5 matchy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Do it like this. And there. Hey, we did it. And you can see the red is 1 turn away from being full. So we can hit this again for the second time. That should take him low enough for the sub to take him out. So basically, when you do it right and you don't cascade, you're gonna hit that sub turn 1, and then turn 2 you're gonna hit the immobile move twice, and then hit the sub and win quite quickly, and take a lot of health with him. So that moveset's pretty fun. Finisher's pretty fun too. I think I do prefer this one. Also, if we were using rare trainers, we could easily have Eddie on there for the Alabama Slamma instead of Jay doing the 10%. So that's an option as well. And now the moveset that I don't have a picture for, that I decided to run on the fly, we're going to run triple green. So let's get that set up. The problem with this is going to be recycling, but that's the only problem with it. Let me just order my moves a little bit differently here. The good thing, so normally you were going to put steel in, and normally you would use like a double MP trainer, but then I'm going to lose the damage on the sub, and since we don't recycle super well unless we have a red swipe, or we can hit reds and greens on the finisher, actually, you know what? No, let's just do it. Let's do it so we can go turn 1. That's generally how I set my builds up. So let's do it so we can go turn 1 in feud. Forget what I'm talking about. We're just going to do this like we can turn 1, get to the sub in feud. 4, 6, 1 is 7, and your turn is 8. So you can get to the Chimera lock turn 1. Yes, you can. So that's the entourage right there. And let's see what this looks like. A triple green for the win. 5 movesets for you guys. 1 tired Mherex and a partridge in a pear tree. So obviously, because I have max 2 perks, everything is loaded. It wouldn't be in feud. So we're just going to go ahead, though, and hit that sub right away. No reason not to. That's going to make the magic happen for us. It is slightly board dependent. Slightly board dependent on where our gems stay. But we'll see what it ends up looking like as far as recycling with the finisher. Keep in mind we do have the plate on, so break a couple greens, break a couple reds. So we got 3 and 3. So we should be pretty decent recycle here, ish. Obviously, we're going to hit this for our bonus damage. Boom. And let's hit the finisher and see what we can do. I want to make sure I get 3 green, 3 red. I know I could actually, hold on. The skill plate gives me red when I break green. So let's do, we'll take the blue one and we're going to leave that alone, and that'll for sure give us red. We're not going to hit as hard as we could, but we'll actually, yes, we'll recycle for sure. I'm saying words that aren't making sense, but we'll recycle. That's what we need to know here. Enough. We'll recycle enough to hit the sub again. I needed to break 3 red to get the green. I don't care about red. This is really awkward. I'm really tired. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this. Because he's not in danger of hitting a move, I'm going to take the green match because I don't know what I'm talking about right now. And this is the showstopper one, would work quite well. Or the cheap shot. The other gem, the other one I was talking about, not so much. But it's on the fly. We're just winging it. I wasn't going to run it, and then I'm like, no, I should run it. People are going to want to see triple green. So, you can make fun of me in the comments for the bad commentary. But I did run the triple green. Really, we just want to make green matches with that finisher to help recycle it. And something like a heavy machinery plate, where you break 3 yellow and it gives you 3 green, would make it easier. Or the Sean Showstopper. I really can't do a lot of my... Yeah, I don't care. Let's do that. All right. But the finisher is going to put him down anyway right here. So we're going to just blow everything up. So again, triple green, not bad. I still think either the last moveset or the one before are my favorites. NBT is pretty fun. A sub is going to be crazy in feuds and stuff. I don't think he'll ever lose a tour match, probably ever. And I think he'll be super fun in feuds, especially you get some line bonuses and stuff. I want him. He looks amazing. He looks like Lumberjack Brock. Feast of the Beast is on. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much for watching. Good luck out there, guys.